Shalom, Israel. Let's give all praises to Yahweh Bashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Bashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah. All praises due. Let's give double honors to King David and salute to my Rada family. Man, just wanted to talk to y'all this afternoon. You know, as the brotherhood, meet. I mean, we got, plenty of meetings and stuff, but the, meeting beginning of the week, man, the focal point, to meditate on this week, man, was patience. So I wanted to look at that a little bit today, man, and how crucial it is to have patience as we endure through all these afflictions, and through these end times, finishing out this captivity strong. It's important that we don't weary. So before we look into that word patience, I want to look at the word weary. So, this Adam online. So this is weary, tired, exhausted, miserable, sad, to wander, totter, lose interest or become bored with something or somebody, exhaust or get tired through overuse or great strain or stress, physically and mentally fatigued. So weariness, to be weary, is really just to be worn out. And you got to ask yourself, when you check your spirit daily, you got to ask yourself, like, and you got to tell yourself too, like, we all gonna get physically exhausted, mentally exhausted and stuff, but we can't weary from the Lord. Once we get a hold of this truth, we got to hold on to it. We got to keep balance though. Once you get that balance, you can spend time doing more of meditating maybe, or maybe less meditating, more studying, or whatever balance you need, but never depart from that word, because that's our strength. The Lord is our strength. So as we may worry from these physical things, because we human and it's going to happen, for me, I just ask myself times where I'm just drained or whatever. We just starting this is the end, but this is the beginning for us, so can't be worried now at the beginning of the rise of Israel, true Israel. Most High did so much for us. He don't worry, and that should be enough for us to keep pushing, because he's pushing so hard for us. I mean, day in, day out, he don't get tired. It's the spirit that's in us, man, that keep us going. So we can't let the physical weariness, the mental, the carnal weariness to overpower the spiritual power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. And so we gotta depart not away from any of our ways, and he'll definitely, increase us. And so let me get a precept for that. Let's go to Sirach. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, verse 3. This is an apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 3. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. So we know we at the last end now. So through all these afflictions, through everything that we going through, man, it will be detrimental, man, if you was to depart away now, man. You hold on to him with everything you got, both hands, and he'll increase you. You just got to trust in him with everything in you. And so one part of not getting worried, and the focal point, of the week, to meditate on was patience. So let's look into that word patience. Let's get the definition of patience. So patience, quality of being willing to bear adversities, calm endurance of misfortune, suffering, patience, sufferance, the quality of suffering or enduring, submission, humility, submissiveness, quality of suffering, bearing, supporting, let's see, but also firm. That's important too, being firm, to endure. So the patience, first, when we came in this truth, man, we understood why we in the position that we in. And we've been refreshed with thousands and thousands of history that was lost. And so we're fully comfortable in this captivity, like understanding why we here. So knowing that all this is for the servitude of the Most High, man, you gotta be willing to undergo this suffering. You gotta be willing to bear everything that we going through, no matter what it takes. That patience. Look at Noah, man, 120 years, man, that real patience, dedicated. He cleaved to the Most High, didn't depart away. 120 years before he was, delivered from the wickedness around him. And so we that same way. Don't matter how long it take. It could be tomorrow, it could be whenever, So that patience, you got to be willing to bear whatever we're going through. So when you love the Most High with all your heart, your mind, your soul, your strength, you trust him with all your mind, your heart, your soul, your strength. And there's no doubts about it. You hold on to that no matter what's going on. You take that to the grave. Well, we ain't taking nothing to the grave, so I don't even want to say that, but we trusting in this everlasting life that he woke us up to, and we holding on to it however long it takes for us to be delivered. And we keep pushing forward, we keep advancing, keeping our hands on that plow. And when you get worried, you gotta remember that the comfort is in his word. His word reassures us. So use the word for what it's for. I mean, it's for many things. It's for everything, really. But make sure you use the word to reassure you, why you here. Reassure you that Most High chose us. Reassure you we ain't doing nothing through our own strength. Nothing at all. This is all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. And so let's tap into that reassurance, because you can't never forget. Let's go on to 2nd Esdras chapter 5. 2nd Esdras chapter 5. I'm going to start at verse 21. Second Esdras chapter 5, verse 21. And after 7 days, so it was, that the thoughts of my heart were very grievous unto me again, and my soul recovered the spirit of understanding. And I began to talk with the Most High again, and said, O Lord, that bearest rule of every wood of the earth, of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen the one only vine. Verse 24. And of all lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen the one pit, and of all the flowers thereof, one lily. And of all the depths of the sea, thou hast filled the one river. And of all builded cities, thou hast hallowed Zion unto thyself. Verse 26. And of all the fowls that are created, thou hast named the one dove. And of all cattle thou hast provided the one sheep. And among all the multitudes of people, thou hast gotten the one people. And unto this people whom thou lovest, thou gavest a law that is approved of all. So, just pausing right there. This word reassures us. It just shows us that everything that the Most High chose, he has an elect. Not everything the Most High made, he has an elect, he has a chosen. And we're those chosen people. So we have to have assurance in that and have confidence in that through all our patience and all our trust in him, no matter how long it takes. Don't matter how long he takes. We know that his word is true. He spoke it, and it's written. So he chose us. Everything. We got to have that confidence. So continue to reassure, because one way to get worried is to become impatient. That's the opposite. The opposite of being patient, impatient. So we're going to kind of look into that. I'm going to keep reading. I'm going to pick back up at verse 27. When you start to get impatient, you know, Most High find ways to sit you down, find ways to, make you get the message. You know what I'm saying? That patience is going to be key. It's going to be key for now and for the years to come, because it's a whole nation, that's being birthed. So let's pick up in verse 27. Second Esdras, chapter 5, verse 27. Verse 28. Salah, verse 28. And now, O Lord, why hast thou given this one people over unto many? And upon the one root hast thou prepared others. And why hast thou scattered thy only one people among many? And they which did gainsay thy promises and believe not thy covenants have trodden them down. If thou didst so much hate thy people, yet shouldest thou punish them with thy own hands. Now when I had spoken these words, the angel that came to me the night afore was sent to me, and said unto me, Hear me, and I will instruct thee. Hearken to the thing that I say, and I shall tell thee more. And I said, Speak on, my Lord. Then said he unto me, Thou art sore troubled in mind for Israel's sake. Lovest thou that people better than he that made them? And I said, No, Lord, but a very grief have I spoken, for my reins pain me every hour, while I labor to comprehend the way of the Most High, and to seek out part of his judgment. Verse 35. And he said unto me, Thou cannot. And I said, Wherefore, Lord? Whereunto was I born then? Or why was not my mother's womb then my grave, that I might not have seen the travail of Jacob, and the worrisome toil of the stock of Israel? And he said unto me, Number me the things that are not yet come. Gather me together the drops that are scattered abroad. Make me the flowers green again that are withered. Open me the places that are closed, and bring me forth the winds that are in them are shut up. Show me the image of a voice, and then I will declare to thee the thing that thou laborest to know. And I said, O Lord, thou bearest rule, who may know these things, but he that hath not his dwelling with men. As for me, I am unwise. How may I then speak of these things whereof thou hast asked me? Then said he unto me, Like as thou cannot do none of these things that I have spoken of, even so can you not find out my judgment, or in the end the love I have promised unto my people. And so here Esdras was really kind of impatient, just like he wanted to see the end. He's like, man, what I'm born for, we got to go through all of this, at that time, not really fully understanding the purpose of all these afflictions. All this was for learning. All this was for punishment and learning. When you get that real good punishment, that real good chastisement, you're supposed to learn something from it, to never go against the Most High, never depart away from him, never depart away and be increased. And so, like the Most High said, we would not be able to seek out. It's going to be things that we don't understand fully, until he's ready to give it to us, and then that always elevates us to another level. And so we wait on the Lord, depart not away. We can't get impatient. And so let's tap back into the reassurance again. Continue to reassure yourself. The Most High did it so much, and it's because he loves us. Let's stay in the Apocrypha. Well, let me see. Should I finish this off? Well, let's finish this second Esdras, chapter 5. Let's go through. Let's pick back up in verse 41. Second Esdras, chapter 5, verse 41. And I said, Behold, O Lord, yet art thou nigh unto them that be reserved to the end. And what shall they do that have been before me, and we that be now, or they that shall come after us? And he said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a ring. Like there is no slackness of the last, even so there is no swiftness of the first. So I answered and said, Couldst thou not make those that have been made and be now, and that are for to come at once? that thou mightest show thy judgment the sooner? Then answered he me and said, the creature may not haste above the maker, neither may the word hold them at once that shall be created. So, Esdras was hasting, like, man, he bring the end now. He could bring the judgment on down. And Most High said, no, listen, you don't understand the plan. See, the Most High plan is perfect. It's perfect, so we got to trust in him. Let's keep going. Verse 45. And I said, as thou hast said unto thy servant, that thou, which giveth life to all, hast given life at once to the creature that thou hast created. And the creature bare it, even so it might now also bear them that now be present at once. And he said unto me, ask the womb of a woman, and say unto her, if thou bringest forth children, why does thou it not together, but one after another? Pray her therefore to bring forth 10 children at once. And I said, Lord, she cannot, but must do it by distance of time. Then said he unto me, even so have I given the womb of the earth to those that be sown in it in their times. For like as a young child may not bring forth the things that belong to the age, even so have I disposed the world which I created. So we'll stop there. Most High clearly showing, he comparing, these end times and the fullness of his prophecy to like a woman giving birth. She can't give birth to 10 at one time. It got to be a distance of time in between, because things have to develop, got to grow, got to be ready, got to be prepared. And that's what the Most High is doing for us right now. He's preparing us. He's been preparing us, and we can't even imagine how many things he's preparing. Just trust that as many things, we can't even imagine what he has for us. We can imagine, but we're still gonna come short on that. So let's go in. Let's stay in the pocket. Let's go to Barak chapter 4. Tap back into that reassurance. Barak chapter 4. I'm gonna start at verse 21. Barak chapter 4, verse 21. Be of good cheer, O my children. Cry unto the Lord, and he shall deliver you from the power and hand of the enemies. For my hope is in the everlasting, that he will save you. And joy is come unto me from the Holy One, because of the mercy which shall soon come unto you from the everlasting, our Savior. For I sent you out with mourning and weeping, but the power will give you to me again with joy and gladness forever. Like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they see shortly your salvation from our power, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of everlasting. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from the power. For thy enemy have persecuted thee, but surely thou shalt see his destruction, and shalt tread upon his neck. And my delicate ones have gone rough ways, and were taken away as a flock caught of the enemies. Verse 27. Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto the power, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. For as it was your mind to go astray from the power, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. And so, through all these afflictions that the Most High brought us on, like it says, hey, we got to be of good cheer. Why, man, we return. Let's read this last verse again. Barak 4:28. For as it was your mind to go astray from the power, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. We returned. The Most High woke us up again. Israel's returned with the truth. And so we got to seek him 10 times more. So it's always something to do. No matter what it is, it's always something to do for the truth. It's always, servitude is everlasting to the Most High, for the Most High. And so we got to be of good cheer and take all these afflictions, and rejoice in them. Yeah, it may break you down sometimes, but the Spirit of the Lord overcomes all. So we have that same spirit in us. We got to trust in it and believe in it. You can never do too much, but you got to have balance. So being unbalanced, that's a way to weary. That's a way to lose patience. And so I'm gonna tap into that too. Let's still in the pocket for. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 43. Ecclesiasticus chapter 43. We'll start at verse 27. We may speak much and yet come short. Wherefore in some he is all. How shall we be able to magnify him? For he is great above all his works. The Lord is terrible and very great, and marvelous is his power. When you glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as you can. For even yet will he far exceed. And when you exalt him, put forth all your strength, and be not weary, for ye can never go far enough. And so, just like in Barak, when it says seek him 10 times more, like when you exalt the Lord, he's going to always far exceed that. And you can never go far enough. Now, there is a such thing as overdoing it. See, it's about keeping that balance push forward, because the Most High is about balance. On the Rada Archives, Kitty did a video a while ago. It's called Balance. It's on a Tumblr. It's a good video. I don't know how many times I watched that video, but very edifying. I definitely gotta check that out. And so we can't overdo it. We can't go far enough. We gotta always push, but always keep balance, because you can overdo it and lose patience and worry yourself. So let's get a precept. And this is, I know y'all have heard this 100 times, but it's very important. It's Ecclesiastes 12:12. And further by these, my son, be admonished, of making many books there is no end, and much study is a weariness of flesh. So, when we came in this truth, man, it's still addictive. It's addicting. It's like you can't never get enough. I don't know. KD could put up 5 videos in one day, and you just eat it up, and a day go by, and you're like, man, is he dropping a video today? Like, it's the spiritual food, and you do have to keep balance. Like, you could overdo it. You start to feel yourself, just being drained, meditate, pray, shoot, do something, take a walk, whatever you got to do to keep that balance, because you definitely could wear yourself out, by going too hard. See, it's about balance. That's that steady pace, and you got to understand, you got to be able to spiritually receive when the energy is shifted, because sometimes you go a little faster than another. Sometimes you back off and go a little slower, but you're always moving forward. And so that's let me get a precept. Let's go to Job 31:6. Let me be weighed in an even balance, that the power may know my integrity. See, we know the Most High know our hearts. He search out our reins. And so by what we we show each other what's in our heart too, by what we speak and what we do, but the Most High knows all. And so he's preparing us to be able to be able to judge righteously. And we at a good level now. Like I said, I don't know how long everything is going to take, but we soak this up as much as we can. I'm gonna read Job 31:6 again. Let me be weighed in an even balance, that the power may know my integrity. So that word integrity, it means wholeness, soundness, purity, perfect condition, totality with nothing wanting. See, we don't want nothing, because we know the Most High is providing everything that we got. It don't matter if you broke. Guess what? You still gonna have your necessities. It don't matter if you lacking something. Know that we ask for, the Most High can give us what we need. Might not be absolutely what we want to have, you know what I'm saying? But that's what it's going to be, everything that we need. That's a promise to us. You know, we cleaving to him, we lifting up his name, and we trusting in him. And so we won't want nothing. So Job, he said, let me be weighed in an even balance. Why? Because we're human and we're going to fall short on something, but we're going to rely on the Most High to balance us out. We're going to rely on his way. We're going to stick to him no matter what condition we brought through. And the Lord balances out. He makes us, he's still working on us. He's still molding us. He's still refining us, you know? And that's how we made just wait. I'm going to get another precept. Let's go to Micah chapter 6. Micah chapter 6, verse 11. Shall I count them pure with the wicked balances and with the bag of deceitful weights? See, the Most High is about a just weight, right? It's about that even balance. So he's judging us with a just weight. Look at verse 12. For the rich men thereof are full of violence, and the inhabitants thereof have spoken lies, and their tongue is deceitful in their mouth. So a way to worry yourself, or the way to, you know, be off balance is to speak righteousness, just like the Pharisees back when Yahweh Shah was with us, was here, and speak a thing, but then do total opposite. When you encounter something you might not like, or you hear something you might not like, or anything that pulls you away from this truth and being knocked off your square. See, can't speak righteousness and then don't do it. That's being a deceitful, that's being an unjust weight. That's being deceitful, because you don't trust in the Most High if you're willing to depart from his word, to depart from his truth. Let's get a precept. Proverbs 16 and 11. A just weight and balance are the Lord's. All the weights of the bag are his work. See, it's his work. With the weights of his bag, but it's his work. He's refining them. He's making us just. That's the only way we're going to become perfect, is when he decides to make us that. But he's teaching us. So you got to pay attention to everything and use everything for edification, you know? Whether it's to remind yourself, whether it's to reassure yourself, you know what I'm saying? You got to have all patience in this and believe and trust in it. So pay attention what the Most High may be showing you. Pay attention to what he's teaching us through our shepherd. Because he's teaching us a lot. These lessons that's dropping are very deep and instrumental and important, man. Every single one of them. And so, let me get another scripture. Proverbs 22 and 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. And so I looked at that because, you know, like Katie said, plenty of times in the past we were called the children of Israel. Well, you know, we more grown in the spirit now. And so through everything, we have to be able to spiritually receive everything. And the Most High has been training us up, you know, through regeneration, through all these lessons, through his word, through Yahweh Shah. Everything has been training us up the way we should go. And so those that repented were able to receive this message. You know, those who really love him with all their heart, mind, soul, and strength. And our neighbors as ourselves. So he's showing us the way, you know, he's trained us up. And so that way that we should go, we know it. So we can't depart from it. Can't depart from it. And we'll be increased in the end. Can't depart from it. And let's get another precept, because the Most High, he's still refining us. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3. I'm going to have to English. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3. Verse 4 and 6. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3. Verse 4. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet their hope is full of immortality. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the power proved them and found them worthy for himself. As gold in the furnace have he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. And so the Most High is trying us. He's refining us. You know, so this little affliction, it's not going to compare to the reward that we have waiting. And so we got to continue to believe and continue to trust in him, because he woke us up and he got it to this point, you know, with an incorruptible spirit. And real quick, before we end this, that incorruptible spirit, that word incorruptible means incapable of being morally corrupted. So that patience that we have, that trust in him that we have, we're incapable of being morally corrupted. We'll never go off of the commandment of the Lord. We'll never go off of his ways. We'll never go off of his word throughout all eternity. So I'm going to end it there, and we got to keep that patience to the end. So I love y'all, family, and Shalom. Let's give all praises to Yahweh B'Shem HaMashiach Yahweh Shah. All praises due. Shalom.